Have you ever wondered, isn't the universe like a great musical composition played by strings? Scientists have long been trying to know why the structure of the world is the way it is. After those many years, we have come to two explanations for how the world behaves. These are Einstein's theory of general relativity and standard model of elementary particles explaining the motion of the big and small objects respectively. However, they both leave some phenomena unexplained, so that we can't have a proper music played by them. Here, what we have come up with to unify these theories is string theory. String theory can explain how the world works in one complete story. Okay, questions arise here. What is string theory and how can it unify the theories mentioned above? Well, the idea is that it attempts to figure out the basic, fundamental and indivisible constituents of everything. Let's see it.
Every object is made of atoms, and in subatomic level we can see protons, neutrons and electrons. Further zooming proton and neutron reveals that there are elementary particles such as quarks and leptons. Here, the new idea of string theory proposes that vibrating strings are present deep inside these particles.
If I vibrate the string of my guitar, it produces a particular sound. If I vibrate again a bit differently, it sounds differently. Just like this, different vibrations of a string give rise to different particles, making up the whole world around you and me. Wow, this piece of music does make sense, since this is the unification. We live in a three-dimensional world where everything has height, length and width. Well, what's interesting about string theory is that it requires more dimensions than them. Well, if this is right, where are they? I will illustrate it.
Look at that rope between trees. Rope is one-dimensional from a distance, although we know that it has some thickness. When the camera zooms in on an ant walking around, we'll notice that the ant is small enough to go back, forth, left, right and up, down, accessing all dimensions. Despite being invisible to humanity because of their tiny size, this experiment makes it clear that extra dimensions exist and are all around us. According to this theory, there are 10 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time, 11 altogether. And strings are in the tiniest, the microscopic landscape.
Do you remember the question I gave you in the beginning? Refer back to it. The answer is yes. Everything exists because of great cosmic symphony composed with tiny little vibrating strings.